mouth shut about this place. Can't trust anyone.
Hey, Codsworth.
Yes, sir?
You never invited me over for tea. You haven't forgotten about that, have
Hi
you?
guys, this is Mattias, and I'm coming at you here with my first weapon mod video for Fallout 4. Hopefully this video can function a little bit like a beginner's guide when it comes to getting into weapon modifications in Fallout. So I'm starting off here with the pipe pistol, and it's called Compensated Powerful Pipe Pistol now because it's already modified. And a lot of the weapons that you find out in the Fallout world are going to be modified already, so you're just going to have to continue or change whatever mods in order to make it fit your playstyle. Now you need to pay attention to what resources you need in order for each individual mod, and if you don't have enough of one of these resources or more, then you need to go out and try to scavenge that. So as you can see, you have quite a number of different mods to choose from, and the information on the left side of your list of mods is going to tell you the stats that your weapon is going to get for once you attach that specific mod. And on the right side, you have the resources required for the mod that you're checking out. Now for some mods you get some additional information about what that mod does to your weapon. You will see that above your resource requirements, and that is information about, like, for example, critical hits and some of the weapons handling that has to do with recoil and some such. Unfortunately, that information doesn't tell you by how much the modification actually changes the weapon. So now when it comes to the skill requirements for regular weapons such as sniper rifles, pistols and some such, this is decided by how many points you put into the gun nut perk. But if you want to tamper with laser weapons or energy weapons, then you have to level up your science skills. Now in the early part of the game I didn't see too much use in laser weapons or energy weapons. In my opinion they are just not powerful enough or easy enough to upgrade for them to be worth it. And because of that I ended up having a lot of ammo for laser weapons, and so I decided to bring at least one of them with me anyway. This one that you see here is already upgraded by one of the Brotherhood of Steel characters that you can meet quite early on in Fallout 4. Now being that this weapon is already pretty good, and I had the possibility to upgrade it a bit, I decided to change the capacitor to the boosted capacitor, which increased the damage from 36 to 44, and that was definitely worthwhile in my opinion. The fire rate of this weapon is 50, so yeah, it's pretty good DPS. Now here's a revolver rifle that I actually haven't used all that much, and the reason for that is because the ammo was relatively scarce. But after the ammo started filling up, I decided to upgrade the receiver, and the one that I decided to go with was the powerful receiver that increased the damage from 42 to 50. It also does increase the weight, which is a bit unfortunate, but also increases the value of the weapon. After that, I decided to change the barrel, and the one that I went with was this long-finned barrel. It doesn't change the damage of the weapon, but it does have a lot of other benefits. No accuracy penalty while firing, superior range and sighted accuracy, better recoil. Unfortunately though it has poor hipfire accuracy, but I'm not going to hipfire with this weapon anyway. I'm going to use it mainly as an additional sniper rifle. Now with this weapon I also decided to replace the standard stock with the marksman stock. Also that modification is meant to make the weapon more into a sniper rifle. Now sneak attacks with the sniper rifles are ridiculously powerful in this game, so it's definitely worthwhile to have a few of them with you. So after coming back from a couple of missions I found this combat rifle, and this one also shoots the .45 ammo. But because this weapon has a lot higher fire rate, and because I already had the sniper rifles, so I didn't really see the point turning this one into a sniper as well, I actually hesitated quite a bit before I started modifying it. But at this point in time I have 219 .45 rounds, so I'll probably be able to make some use of it. And this one was not in any way upgraded once I found it, so all the upgrades that I make on this one are of my own choosing. So like with so many other weapons, I decided to go with a powerful receiver, and from 46 to 68 damage per bullet, that is quite an upgrade. And funny as it is, I'm actually making this upgrade on this weapon before I even fired a single shot with it. I actually can't wait to try it out. It had the long barrel when I found it, and I didn't see any reason to change that. Unfortunately, I couldn't change stock on it because I'm only rank 2 on gun nut. Now for the magazine, I actually would like to have the large quick eject mag, but for now large magazine is just going to have to do. Now when it comes to sights or scopes, that is quite important actually for ranged weapons, and a lot of the ones that I've tried out I've actually been unhappy with, and I've had to replace them. Because you can't see what they look like until you have actually touched them, and some of these scopes may have the same name for different weapons, but they might look completely different depending on what weapon you attach them to. Now with this combat rifle I went for the reflex sight dot. It has a tiny green dot and I think it was really good. I'm very happy with that choice. And as funny as it is, I actually decided that I really liked this scope even before I used it in combat. This is what it looks like, and yeah, a tiny little green dot with one-time magnification. So now going back to the first pistol that you saw in this video, this compensated powerful pipe pistol, this scope that I attached to it was not good at all. Well, at least in my opinion. I had the glow reflex sight on it, and I decided to remove it and replace it with glow sights. This is actually more of an iron sight, and in my opinion this was a lot better, or it seems to be a lot better. The problem with the first scope I had was that it blocked the view too much, and I had a tendency to lose track of my enemies when they were moving around. Hopefully this is going to work a lot better. So now going back to that 45 marksman revolver that I talked about earlier, I decided to give it a medium scope as well, and it looks like this. I think this is going to be an excellent scope for any time of daytime sniping, at least if you're not shooting at very, very long range. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to change the key for holding breath. I'm not sure if it's possible. Either way, one of the things that I've had a little bit of problems with in combat has been that I, by mistake, get the wrong weapon in my hands just because I haven't really gotten used to what weapon I have in what slots and so on. So make sure that you have your weapons set up so you don't end up with, let's say, a sniper rifle in your hands when you are surrounded with wild animals at close range. Now, the first day that I played this game, I used the pipe bolt action sniper rifle as my main sniper. It uses the .308 rounds, just the same as the hunting rifle does. But once I found the hunting rifle and I started upgrading it, I realized that that is actually a better weapon. Now, one of the upgrades that I wanted to give it was this powerful receiver. But as you can see, I'm lacking aluminium, or aluminum is maybe it's called in English. As you can see, I have 5 and it requires 8. And I'm going to show you something that has actually irritated me during the crafting of this game, at least in the early parts. And I go through all this junk that I have in the storage container, and I was able to find a few items that actually contained this material. So what I did was that I picked it up, put it in my inventory, and I dropped it on the ground. I enter crafting mode, or whatever you want to call it, which allows me to scrap whatever stuff is in front of me. And by doing so, I was able to get... let me see where I get it. That one had aluminum, and that one had 2 actually. So by now I should have 8, because I had 5, I got 2 from one of them and 1 from the other one. So I go back to this weapons workbench in order to finish, or in order to continue upgrading this hunting rifle. And it is the receiver that I want to replace with the powerful receiver that requires 8 aluminum, but despite the fact that I should have received an additional 3, I still only have 5. Now maybe this is actually because of something I have done wrong, and if that is so, then by all means please explain why. I was eventually able to scrap some aluminum or aluminium, and it seems to me that you only receive the material if you haven't had the item that you're scrapping in your inventory, or at least you haven't stored it. For whatever reason, that seems to deny you from being able to scrap the material that you're looking for. So now the next thing that I want to attach on this hunting rifle is a short scope. And as you can see, I have glass, screws, and steel. All I need is adhesive, or I have no idea how you say it. Adhesive. Now, however you pronounce it and whatever it is actually something that you can cook. Yes, that's actually some kind of food or aid.
Seems to be growing well.
So I went down to the cooking station and decided to craft it. And this is the one that you're looking for. It's in utility. Let me see when I find it here. Just need to stir the cooking pot a little bit. And yeah, it's all the way down. There's only one option there actually, at least for me. And it's called vegetable stock, I guess. And it requires corn, mute fruit, purified water, and tattoo. And don't you dare make fun of my pronunciations of any of the items that this game contains. Holy shit, these words, I have no idea how to say these things. I only hope you can bear with me, guys. So yeah, once this is cooked, and I'm also, of course, checking out whether or not there's anything else useful that I can make once I'm here. But yeah, once I'm done, it's time to go back to the weapons workbench and finish the upgrade of the hunting rifle. And actually, once I was back at the workbench, I decided to go for the medium scope rather than the short one. Either way, that's going to have to finish this video. I hope this was helpful, and yeah, thank you all for watching.